you. Hey Gabriel, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. And it's awesome to speak to you for this film because, Gabriel, one of my favorite roles of yours, alongside Ghost Rider, of course, is Tommy in The Last of Us, and Mark is also a very protective father figure, maybe a little bit different though. So I'd love to know what excites you about a role like this, particularly when it's playing out in such heightened surroundings.
I I I think what appealed to me and what's been appealing to me lately and a couple of things that I've done recently is just that is his kind of his mortality. The fact that he isn't this kind of invulnerable character and there's just a lot to play there, there's a lot of heart to these characters and then beyond that, just in a more specific sense, I think it is kind of the story between fathers and children. I've been um, really interested to explore all that, and in this case, it was a really sweet story about a guy who is just doing his best to be the best stay on earth dad that he can be, and I've just really beyond. I mean, then beyond that, it was just Kate Mara and Larry Fishburne, and I won't call him Larry ever again. Fish is what he prefers to be called, and uh, and then Jess wrote this really wonderful script that had a lot of really touching moments to it, and definitely, kind of shifts the way you view this type of story, and so I appreciated all that.
Oh, that's awesome. And for a big part of the film, what I thought was interesting is Mark is on the outside looking in. So what kind of thought did you give to his past and his relationship with Sam and how that would affect to how he reacts to what happens? Because it is obviously this normal guy who suddenly everything gets crazy around him.
Yeah, I think, when Kate and I got to talking about it, and then of course talked to Jess about it before we started, and the the focus for Mark is their child, is their adopted daughter Izzy, and he's been, while also kind of bearing the workload that he does as a professor, he's been shouldering the majority of the burden of the child rearing and the nurturing of this child, um and as much as he loves his wife and as much as they love each other, that of course proves to be a very trying thing for them, and it is driving them, her desires and her ambitions and his, um and her absence is just starting to kind of wear on them and drive a wedge between them. And so I think that's where it starts, and that's where we find them. But over the course of the story, you realize that there's so much love there between them, and they adopted this child because of that love, and and there's so much trust and belief in each other that when she does kind of reveal something that, or has her concerns, or she has suspicions, he doesn't cast it off. It's not, there's no crazy woman trope in our film. He believes her just because he can see kind of the spark of truth in her eyes. And that was really, really beautiful for me, I think, in reading it, and then in the way we ultimately played it out. I think that that's kind of the essence of their relationship. However far apart and however distant they may be, they still know each other better than anyone else, and are best suited to raise that kid together.
Yeah, that's so interesting to hear. And I did love that relationship between them, especially as they are so distant at first, separated by, glass and talking over video. And then when they get together, everything just escalates. So what was it like working with Kate on that and making sure that relationship was as convincing as it comes across on screen?
Yeah, I just think it's just, I mean, it's easy to admire Kate and for her talent and just how sweet she is and intelligent, and it also helped that we were all confined in one space for the majority of the shoot. It was we did this. Um, really extending and stretching our resources and what we were we made this film look like $50 million picture, which I'm really proud of because it's just we certainly didn't have that. But yeah, I think it was just us being together all the time. There were really no trailers or anything. We just were all in that house together. Just her, myself, Fish, and little Scarlet. So it it helped to build the closeness and when no one is retreating off to their private quarters, everybody can really just be with each other and accelerate that bond.
Fantastic. And just while I got you, Gabriel, I mentioned Ghost Rider before. It seems that that keeps coming back around. People want to see you back as that character. How does it feel to be getting that love? And are you hoping there's going to be some sort of comeback, whether it's Avengers or just somewhere down the line?
I I'm always open. I'm open to it. I mean, as somebody who loved that part and loves that character with all his heart, and somebody who loves that universe of storytelling, always keep the door open. But yeah, it makes me feel very happy just to know that people hold it that closely. And um, I think Clark and Chloe and Ming were at New York Comic Con recently, and I just someone sent me a video of them just talking really sweetly about me up on the stage there, and basically naming that fourth season as their favorite, which means a lot because they established such a beautiful family on that show and delivered seven really wonderful seasons, and for them to kind of hold that season as kind of the jewel of the experience really is special. So yeah, I love Robbie. I love the Ghost Rider, and they have my number.
Well, awesome. Well, that's an awesome role, and so is this one. And it's such a great film. I cannot wait for people to see it. So thank you so much for your time, Gabriel. A big fan of yours, and it's
Yeah.
been awesome speaking to you.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.